Dear friends, greetings on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Today, we are celebrating the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. He was an exceptional personality who has given us thoughts of truth and nonviolence for human prosperity. Mahatma Gandhi was the global leader and will be a motivation for others in further millions of years. Worldwide, people have adopted the Gandhian approach and practicing it in their life. Mahatma Gandhi is a symbol of peace warrior for the globe, who conquers the opponent with truth and nonviolent ways. Such a warrior was born in India who gave freedom to his country through his Satyagraha movement. Mahatma Gandhi instilled truth and nonviolence as a principle in society with great devotion, by calling it Satyagraha. He was a firm believer in the fact that human society can prosper only through these ways. This belief sent a message of peace to the whole world community. He was adamant that many legal and illegal forms of violence should come to an end by the way of Satyagraha. Thus, it was a specialty of his philosophy which saluted and admired by the world. That's why there is only one Mahatma Gandhi in the whole world. Considering the recent global situations, both Gandhi's values of truth and nonviolence seem to have been lost. Wars, unrest, centralized control on resources, and border disputes have reached their peak. The situation in our country is not different than the world. All these are visible in a form of religious disputes, conflicts in ownership of resources, intolerance, unemployment, increasing poverty, and the development process in risky ways. The Satyagraha approach is not percolated from in development perspective. We hold on to him on currency notes only. So far as a society, we use him conveniently for our purpose only. Except for the 2nd of October, Gandhian thoughts are like another planet to us. They are not part of our way of life, and reality is still we are so long to understand the real Gandhian approach. Each of the famous personalities has followers and critics. Some may have huge respect for him or she, and some may criticize his or her ideology. Gandhiji has been admired and criticized for his religious and development perspective, but he has proceeded on his Satyagraha way. Some Dalit leaders and people have criticized his Harijan, a denomination for Dalit identity. The Dalit people have a strong concern about the metaphor because such terms are representing the Varnashrama system, and he was a proponent of the original Varnashrama. The Varnashrama represents caste hierarchy, and it was a tool for discrimination against us. This criticism may be true to some extent, but the Gandhi approach was to bring them into social and development streams. It is equally true that Gandhi has changed over time and adopted a new way of thinking to respond to the realities in his life. He agreed upon the new ideas were emerging in the contemporary situation, especially communism and socialism are interesting areas for the youths in India. Therefore, post-period, he stopped commenting on Varnashrama and advocated for economic and social equality based on the spiritual ground. In the future period of his life, he emphasized that caste inequality and untouchability in Hinduism are the main problems of community unrest and his ideology. No matter if you are not in favor of his ideology, so you can criticize him, but you will not ignore him. Gandhi's philosophy is a way of life, therefore still he is a great leader for the world. Sarvodaya Vishar is a social, political, and economic philosophy given by Mahatma Gandhi. Although truth and nonviolence principles were promoted by Ruskin, Gandhi linked them with the Sarvodaya movement, which was a way for human welfare and progress. Developing economic equality on the principle of human unity was the prime need of the era, therefore he kept his focus on the justice to be given to the oppressed class on a priority basis. Gandhiji was asserted on his perspective of Gram Swarajya in his lifetime. Gram Swarajya means that only if the village is a focal point of the interventions, then and then only development can sustainably take place. He insisted that development should start from the village. He believed that an economy with a strong emphasis on inexhaustible natural resources could be eternal. The development and production system should have based on human capabilities, and emphasis should be given on the importance of physical labor. He also warned that there should be no such economic system that divides rich and poor, would be oppressive. He said that no one should have private ownership of the country's wealth, only those who do labor contribution have the moral right to enjoy the wealth. He also felt that the government should become the trustee of the national wealth on behalf of the society without having a role of ownership in the national wealth. The industries should be run based on available natural resources which will last for a long time, and they should be labor-oriented. In his point of view, in some cases that the machines and technology should be used in some unavoidable circumstances, but in such a situation consideration should be given to human labor that is not exhausted. India's development process today has moved away from Gandhian thoughts and economy. The rich get richer and poorer get poorer. The country's major and important resources are going into the hands of some people. At the same time, our political system has become opportunistic. The rulers of the rich and developed countries of the world are attracted to Mahatma Gandhi and his thoughts, but we are enjoying him on our currency note only. I think we have to adopt his ideology and act on it. This would be a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi.